Hello again and welcome back to the Heavy Hat. So, I'm an RPG fan. Some people call me an RPG man. I just rhymed. Anyways, the gaming industry's been filled with a lot of two things right now. Delays and disappointments. And I guess microtransactions too. But that's not on my little script here, so while this list might not be every single RPG coming out, they are 6 that I'm seriously looking forward to. Post down below what RPGs you're looking forward to. And if you like this video, please click like. If you want to see more, click subscribe. First up, we got Hogwarts Legacy. That's right. I'm a secret Harry Potter lover. That sure sounds bad out of context. You're a failure, Harry. This was initially going to be released in 2021, then it was holiday of 2022, and now it's February 10th of 2023. Personally, while delays really suck, I'd rather have them delay the game and release a great game versus a broken piece of garbage everyone hates. This one has more fans lined up to play it than most games I've seen in a long time, so they need to get it right. Because they don't want a million nerds outside their office like, Expelliarmus! Fun fact about this game is it's developed by Avalanche Software, which have made several Disney games in the past. And whether or not you're a fan of the Disney games, they're pretty well made, so I'm excited for this. Up next is Baldur's Gate 3. The early access to this game actually came out on October 6th of 2020, with a full release stated sometime in 2023. This has been developed by Larian Studios, which is also known for the Divinity series, most notably, in my opinion, Divinity Original Sin 2. Which is fantastic, by the way, so try it if you haven't. I personally would definitely recommend trying out the early access, which you can buy right now, but I would caution you that it's only the first map. And as of today, you can only get to level 4 with your characters, so it really just gives you a taste of the major story. Either way, if you buy the early access now, it obviously unlocks the full game later when it comes out, and from what I have played, it's a lot of fun. There's probably like 25 hours worth of stuff here already. Next up, we got Starfield, which was originally supposed to be released in November 11th of 2022, but now it's been pushed out to 2023. Starfield is developed by good old Bethesda, also known as the company who said they don't want to be known for just making the Fallout and Elder Scrolls games, even though everyone loves those games. And we're still waiting on Elder Scrolls 6. But regardless, Starfield has been described as Skyrim in space by a lot of people. I will say that the trailers didn't really do a lot of justice for the game though. For example, the gameplay footage they showed was a little stuttery, which, if you can't get your game to run smoothly on an amazing computer for your gameplay reveal, it doesn't exactly instill a lot of confidence in your player base. There were also some complaints about the fact that the faces looked great, but showed no emotion. I have no idea what you mean by the fact that my voice acting sounds fine, but my facial expression seems off. Either way, I think it's really promising. Any Bethesda game is going to have its share of bugs to deal with, but once it's up and running, hope we have some sort of a space Skyrim on our hands. And even if it's not, modders are going to fix it. Up next, we've got Forspoken, which comes out on January 21st of 2023. It's developed by Square Enix, which, if you've never heard of them, they make several of some of the most beloved games that have come out in the last 20 years. So they got a pretty good track record. A lot of people have been blowing up the internet on this one, though, because of a trailer they released that was deemed cringy. Basically, the story we know of Forspoken is that the main character is from current times and ends up transported to a Final Fantasy-esque world, and people are calling it cringe because she says current slang like, I'm seeing freaking dragons.
So let me get this straight. I'm somewhere that's not what I would call Earth. I'm seeing freaking dragons, and oh yeah, I'm talking to a cop!
I mean, what would you do if that happened to you?
Oh, dragon!
Would it really be more realistic if that's what happened? I mean, if it ends up being cringy, fine, it is what it is. But it still looks fun to me, so I guess we'll see in January. Up next on my list here is Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty, the DLC. I know that's a little different because it's not exactly a game coming out, but hopefully it adds a little bit more of the Cyberpunk world that we need. It's got a super specific release date of sometime in 2023, and honestly, I'm glad CD Projekt Red didn't give us an exact date on this one. They've never really been able to stick to them anyways, and when they do, we get this. For me, this trailer gives off some serious Fallout New Vegas vibes. I'm not entirely sure why. Does anybody else get that vibe from it? Either way, it looks like a lot of fun, and now that the game is finally in a good state, 2 years later, I'm excited to see how they can better flesh out the city and characters. Plus, I'm curious how the DLC will work, since you pretty much die or are set up to die at the end of Cyberpunk 2077, so the DLC must take place before the end of the base game. I guess we'll find out next year. Last but surely not least, we've got Lies of P, coming out sometime in 2023. There are not enough games set in the Victorian era, and this one I'm incredibly excited about. So don't ruin it. If you look at the gameplay, it's obvious what it's aiming for. It's a Souls-like game, which is still kind of funny that Dark Souls has become its own genre of game, but regardless, Lies of P looks awesome. I did laugh about this part though.
You cunning rascal, you won't get through here, die.
That's some pretty good voice acting. Either way, those are the PC RPGs that I'm looking forward to coming out next year. What's on your list? Post down below, and until next time guys, have fun.